Well, no stranger to being dragged into a battle with Elon Musk, the Prime Minister has this time gone on the attack in response to outrage over an AI feature filling social media with sexualised deepfake images. Musk's platform X did make changes today. No longer will users be freely able to generate such pictures. That function is now reserved for paying subscribers. Downing Street says that simply turns unlawful images into a premium service, warning the platform could even be banned here.
It is one of the biggest social media platforms on the planet, owned by Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world. But a new feature, its AI system Grok, has now sparked serious controversy. It allows users to create sexually provocative deepfake images, digitally stripping people without their knowledge or consent. Jess Davies, seen here on Good Morning Britain, was one of those targeted. She says the experience was deeply distressing.
It's really violating to know that there are strangers out there who can do whatever they want with your images. You can never really prepare yourself to seeing your consent be stripped away from you digitally. So it makes you feel threatened, which is exactly what they want.
After mounting pressure, X has now restricted access to this service to just paid subscribers, but the Grok software is very easy to use. I've uploaded this image onto Grok, and I'm simply going to ask it to change it, so I'm wearing a t-shirt. Within a few seconds, this is what appears on the screen. The government says changing it so only paid subscribers have access is not good enough.
I think it is insulting to say that you can still access this service if you pay for it. So Ofcom should use the full powers of the law that Parliament has given it. X needs to get a grip and get this material down.
The government has clashed with Elon Musk before and has now offered its full support to Ofcom, who are carrying out a rapid assessment. They have a range of options, which includes potentially banning the platform altogether. When we asked X whether it planned to take any further action, it responded with just 3 words: legacy media lies. It's not clear what the company meant by that, but experts say there may be serious breaches of the law taking place on their platform.
The Online Safety Act requires platforms to undertake a risk assessment to work out what harms might be common on their platform and then to take steps to mitigate those risks. Now, a very basic risk assessment of Grok would have told anyone that it could be used to create illegal images.
The government says it wants this resolved in days, not weeks, which means that although X might be one of the most widely used social media platforms in the world, tonight its future in the UK remains uncertain. Shihab Khan, News at 10, Westminster.
Downing Street has dismissed as insulting changes to the controversial AI tool Grok. Has been used to create sexualised deepfake images of women and children. Grok is integrated into the social media platform X, which is now limiting the image edits feature to paying users only. But Downing Street says that just serves to make it a premium service, which is insulting to victims of misogyny and sexual violence. Here's our technology editor, Zoe Kleinman.
Shocked, humiliated and frightened. That was how one woman described her reaction to discovering that someone unknown to her had taken ordinary photos that she'd shared online and asked the AI tool Grok to undress her. Grok complied, and the resulting AI-generated images were published by default on its X account on social media for all to see. The International Watch Foundation then reported that it had found sexualised images of children aged 11 to 13 that also appeared to have been generated by Grok at the request of users. Ofcom launched an urgent investigation into how Grok's parent company XAI, owned by Elon Musk, was complying with UK online safety laws. Downing Street has today slammed XAI's decision to restrict access to the tool, and others are also sceptical.
It will hopefully mean there'll be far fewer of these offences, which will, again, at least in the short term, significantly lighten that exhausting toll that this has taken on women for weeks. But I am concerned that it's just a panicked kind of sticking plaster
Elon Musk here is the enemy of free speech. It's Elon Musk who has taken the action to reduce people's access to Grok. It did not have to be that way. Elon Musk could have put in effective guardrails to prevent it being used in abusive ways, but then still being available to everybody else.
Elon Musk's AI chatbot Grok was deliberately designed to be sarcastic, rebellious and controversial, a bit like its owner. But these images go far beyond that. By limiting the image creation tool to subscribers on X, at least the parent company XAI can keep track of who is requesting what. But under the terms of the UK Online Safety Act, XAI is still responsible for the content that Grok publishes. While it is illegal to share non-consensual intimate images, and that includes deepfakes, the legislation which would make it illegal to request or create them isn't yet in force. The government says Ofcom has its full support to use all of its powers, which ultimately include blocking access to an online service in the UK. This would be unprecedented. For now, XAI appears to be taking steps to comply. However, people who are not subscribers on X can still use Grok to produce images on its separate app and website. Zoe Kleinman, BBC News.
More on this now with our political correspondent Ian Watson at Westminster. Ian, the Prime Minister's made it clear he's pretty angry about this.
He has indeed, Ben. He said that it's disgraceful creating these images or using Grok to create these images, and he said it won't be tolerated. And it's very clear from Downing Street briefing this morning that he does not think that the changes Grok are making, restricting image creation only to paid subscribers, go far enough. So quite clearly, Downing Street are saying that the changes to Grok only makes creating deepfakes a premium service. And they've said that this is also insulting to many victims of misogyny and sexual violence. Interestingly, the Liberal Democrats are going even further. They're calling on the media regulator to restrict access to X until there is an investigation. The Conservatives have been pretty supportive of the government clamping down as well. And Reform UK say they're pressing the government also to make sure that X takes these images down. But what's interesting too is there are people inside the Labour Party calling for the government to go further. Louise Haigh, the former Cabinet Minister, has called on the Prime Minister and other government ministers not to use X at all, and has called for the Labour Party also to no longer use the social media platform. I'm told the Labour Party has got no intention of doing that, and the Lib Dems say they will also themselves continue to use X for the time being, though they may change course unless it sorts itself out.
Now, there is growing pressure on the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, over its controversial AI chatbot called Grok. There have been complaints that the technology has been used to produce images of people with no clothes on without their consent. The UK's Technology Secretary has urged the platform, which is owned by Elon Musk, to take action. Mark Seslak has more.
Elon Musk's AI chatbot Grok is at the centre of an online storm caused by its ability to create what UK regulator Ofcom calls undressed images of people and sexualised images of children. I spoke to journalist Samantha Smith, who explained how a photo she posted online where she was fully clothed was manipulated using AI.
I had a belly button piercing, my midriff was completely exposed, and I was in a very, very tight and revealing black bikini. Obviously, this wasn't a photo that I had ever posted, and so I instantly knew that it was a manipulation.
Samantha reposted the image as part of a discussion on the issue and was shocked by the response, saying her comments were flooded with women relating similar stories.
Asking Grok to cover me in donut glaze, or replace my clothes with shoestrings, or make me topless, or cover me in cling film. It was a level of violation that I have never experienced in my life.
On Monday, the UK regulator Ofcom got involved, saying it had made urgent contact with X to understand what steps they've taken to comply with their legal duties to protect users in the UK. The Technology Secretary, Liz Kendall, said it's an absolutely right that Ofcom is looking into this as a matter of urgency, and it has my full backing to take any enforcement action it deems necessary. Over the weekend, X warned its users anyone using Grok to make illegal content will suffer the same consequences as if they had uploaded illegal content.
It's clear that the company and the platform are not supportive of this by any means. At the same time, I've continued to see people using Grok in certain ways to generate this kind of content. It's unclear at the moment, to me at least, what exactly it is they're doing, but no doubt they will be trying to modify the model to stop it from generating this kind of content.
The regulator can issue fines or apply for a court order requiring internet service providers to block access to a site in the UK if it finds them in breach of the Online Safety Act. These options would be extreme, though. For now, Ofcom says it's investigating further.